Every year, on All Souls Day, we pause to remember the people we've lost. We light candles, offer prayers, and visit graves places that hold not just names, but memories. But what happens when a family can't even agree on where their loved ones should rest? This is the story of Briones v. Miguel, a quiet, heartbreaking case that reminds us, even in death, the law still speaks of love, respect, and dignity. Ernesto Miguel passed away unexpectedly. After his death, two sides of his life, his parents and his wife, Island of Briones, Miguel found themselves in a painful disagreement. Ernesto's parents wanted to bring his remains home to Botan, where he was born and raised. It was where their family roots were, where generations of Miguels had been buried. But his wife, Erlinda, wanted her husband laid to rest in Quezon City, where they had built a life together, where their home, their shared memories, and their marriage were. What began as a moment of grief turned into a legal battle. Both sides claimed they only wanted to honor Ernesto's memory, but they couldn't agree on what honor truly meant. This conflict raised a simple but powerful question. Who has the right to decide where a person should be buried, the parents or the spouse? At the time, there was no explicit law clearly defining who should make that decision, so the courts had to look deeper, not just into the civil code, but into the very meaning of family and marriage itself. The Supreme Court sided with Erlinda Briones Miguel, the surviving spouse. It ruled that the right and duty to decide the burial of the deceased belonged to the surviving spouse, unless the deceased left specific instructions or a will saying otherwise. The court emphasized that marriage is more than a contract. It is a union that creates a new family unit. When a person marries, they do not abandon their parents, but their primary family becomes the one they build with their spouse. In death, as in life, that bond deserves recognition and respect. The court explained that deciding where a loved one should rest is not just a legal question, it's a moral and emotional duty. The surviving spouse carries that responsibility, guided by love, by faith, and by the shared life they once had. The court concluded, the duty to bury the dead includes the right to determine the place of burial, and in that duty lies a profound truth that love does not end with death. Briones v. Miguel isn't a story about winners or losers. It's a story about grief, love, and how the law helps keep dignity alive, even when the heart is torn apart. This All Souls Day, as we visit our loved ones, may we remember not just where they rest, but how they lived on, how the law, in its quiet way, helps us honor that life, because in the end, rest is not just a place, it's a right. Thank you for watching. If you found this story meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe for more real cases and real lessons.